Yeah, yesterday we discussed, right? Like what is parameterization? What is the parameterization?
Enter the key values, whatever have we have to do the parameterization.
Okay. Yeah, Charita, you are saying something? Yeah, Charita, I think you are on outside. Okay. Yeah, Aparna, what is parameterization?
So, static 6 value username password.
Okay, static input to the server. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Renu.
What and all values you are giving through keyboard, that values will called parameters, like which and all values we are giving, which and all values we are client giving through server by using keyboard, we will call that parameters.
Okay. What are the parameter types? Sorry. Yeah, types. Yes.
uh, File, date and time, and custom.
Okay. Iteration number,
Random.
random number, unique number, right?
Yes,
So,
sir.
okay, then good. So let's start. Okay. So yesterday we did for the like username password, right? So everyone will be understand, right? How to we can do for the parameterization. So already yesterday we did for the username password. So if we go to the parameters, so we are already what is the data we have. So that data we are added in the here. So for here, this is the types and this is the parameter name, password param. So dat dot. So if anyone asks for the what is the parameterization extension file means dat dot. What is the parameter extension file? Dat dot. Okay. And see, we have the some properties also will be there. So what are those properties means? I will open Notepad. So parameter properties. So important, these are parameter properties. So what are there means? Sequential, random, and unique. And same to here we have the each iteration and each occurrence and once. So once. So these are the parameter properties. What are the properties? Sequential, random, unique, each iteration, each occurrence, and once. So depends on the our requirement. We need to use for the if it is a sequential or it is a random or it is a unique. We need to decide and we need to use for those properties. So if you go here, we are able to see the these all properties. You can just these are the properties. You can observe sequential, random, unique. And if you click here, we can see for the each iteration, each occurrence, and once. So when we can use for the sequential, what is the sequential, what is the random, what is the unique, we can okay discuss today class. Okay. Sequential. So sequential nothing but every user has to pick the first data point. So sequentially, it will pick for the first data point. For example, we have the username, password, we have the different username, password will be there. Okay. Let's do. So I want pick from the like sequentially we are given. So what will happen means, okay, 1 minute, I will open Paint, I will open, then I will explain with the diagrammatical also. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, now see, now we can do, okay, now we can write, okay. So first will be sequential. So for example, why my system paint also not popular? So we'll go to the script only. Okay. So for here, I'm taking from the sequential. So what is the sequential stand for? Every user has to pick the first data point. For example, username, password, we have the ABC will be there, and password will be 1, 2, 3 will be there. Sequential, what will happen means first user picking from the A, all users also pick the A. So means as a sequentially it will pick. That is happen for the first time. Second time what will happen? As a second user, first user pick the second one, and all users also pick the second one. So you can observe here, we can simulate here, and I'm giving for the number of users will be 4. Number of iteration also 4. Just to simulate, I'm doing for the simulate. Now you can observe user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4. So we have the, see, user 1 pick the J2W. All users also pick the J2W only. Can observe? So sequentially, what is the sequential stand for? Every user has to pick the first data point. Okay. So you have the one more thing you can observe here. Each iteration will be there. What is the each iteration? Nothing but the values will be updated for the every iteration. See, iteration 1 J2W, it is picked. And second time J2W, it is picked. And third time you can observe J2 2, J2 3 is picked. Means depends on the your data. So it will pick from the like this. Means user 1 pick the Jojo, all you it will pick the Jojo only. Maybe user 2 is picking from the bean, so all users also pick the bean. So when it is happen iteration 2, the values will be changed, depends on the your data. So if you have proper data, so it will change for the every time. That is the each iteration. Each iteration nothing but the values will be changed from the update for the every iteration. So sequential nothing but every user has picked the first data point. Each iteration nothing but the values will be updated for the every iteration. So it's clear everyone? Sequential. So go to the random. random nothing but, like, see, anyone guess random nothing but?
It can pick randomly any value.
Yes,
Out of
random
10,
nothing but,
out of 4.
yeah, we have the out of 10 or how many values we have, right? So all values, it is picked from the randomly. Like first time you can go to the, again we'll go and we'll simulate here. See 4, 5 users, you can observe here. User 1 pick the J2W, user 2 is again J2W2. 3 means randomly picking from the same value, so you pick, or it's a different value also pick. You can observe iteration 2 also same, it is continuing. It is a J2W3 is picked. Again also J2W3 pick, because randomly, that is the property belongs to randomly. Means user has to pick the randomly. So when we can use for the this random property means, so you have the unsecured application, like some banking application, insurance application, some like social site or website, Facebook, Twitter. So these all will be secure application, because each and every credential will be, so our credentials, based on our credential only, it will work for that application. But some applications will be there. If you give for the any username password also, it will be able to log in. So in this situation, you can use for the random property. Okay. So now we have the one more property is the unique. So unique, what is the unique? Nothing but every user has to pick the first data point. First unused data point. So sequential nothing but every user pick the first data point. Unique nothing but every user has to pick the first unused data point. Like first user will be there. What is the first will be there? That user will pick the that one. And second user will be there. Second user, what is there? That value is picked. Because it is a 1-to-1 mapping. Like your username, your password only it is picked. So if it's a secure application, banking application, healthcare applications, insurance application, e-commerce application will be there. So that kind of application we can use for the unique property only, because every user has to pick the unused data point and 1-to-1 mapping happen. Like user 1 pick the exactly what is the credential from the same line, it is picked for the same line, like 1-to-1 mapping. It's clear, everyone? Sequential and random unique.
Yes, Kiran.
Okay, so now going to the, we have the, already I told, right, we have the other properties also, each iteration. Now we see the each iteration. Each iteration nothing but the values will be updated on the every iteration. First iteration what values pick, second iteration it will be different values pick. Third iteration again different values. Fourth iteration again different values we pick. That is the each iteration. Going to the each occurrence also will be there. Each occurrence, if we select each occurrence, sequential also we have the each occurrence, and unique also you have the random also each occurrence, and unique also you have the unique occurrence. Okay, so now going to the first one, sequential each occurrence. Again, what is the sequential? Every user has to pick the first data point.
First data point.
First data point. So each occurrence, now it is occurrence. So what will happen means, same thing it is happen. Like first user pick the some A, all 5 users also pick the A only. But occurrence time what will happen means, so you have the occurrences means in script only. For example, in your script only, the username will be 2-3 times will be there. So when you are given for the username, here is some username will be J2W. And again, one more also will be there in this script, like 1 or 2, 3 times will be there. So each occurrence also, if you want to change the data, so here is a Jojo or Bean, so otherwise J2W pick. And next will be J2W2 pick. Means each occurrence ways it is a values will be changed. Each occurrence nothing but in the within the script how many times will be there that value. So if you want change for the each time means we can use for the that occurrence property. So we have the simulate will be there, but you can click on here, you will get for this kind of error. You cannot simulate parameter when updated value on each occurrence. Alternative select each iteration. So Y means you need for the some updated value. So that is why we are unable to simulate here, because in the we are given only 4-5 values only. Here we don't have any like occurrences. So that is why you are unable to simulate from here. So next one more property, sequential ones. So and same to I think you can select a random also, random occurrence system. First thing, random nothing but randomly pick anything, but each occurrence ways the values will be updated for the every iteration. Okay, and after that unique also. Unique stand for every user has to pick the first unused data point and it updated for the every occurrence. And now we'll select for the sequential, and one more we have once property. So again, sequential nothing but already we know. Sequential nothing but what? Every user has to pick the first data point. Once
First
nothing
data.
but. Once nothing but what will happen means, if you see here, simulate is possible here. We click here. See, user 1 pick the J2W. All users also pick the same, because which property we are selected? Sequential.
What? Sequential ones.
Sequential. First we are selected sequential. And iteration 2 you can observe same values picked or not. Iteration 3, iteration 4 also same values picked. When it is happen means once property. What is the once property? Nothing but first iteration what values picked. If you give for the like 10th iteration, 100th iteration, 1000 iteration, nth iteration also pick for the same values. So first iteration, what are the values pick? All iteration also is picking same. You can observe. So again, we'll see the random ones also. You can simulate here. Click on here and you can observe here. First thing, randomly. Values picking for the randomly. Same values also pick, chance will be there because that is the random property. And you can observe here one thing, you are given once, that is why iteration 1, what are the values picked? Iteration 2, iteration 3, iteration 4 also same values picking. You can observe? Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, Guru.
So again, go to the next properties, unique also. Click on simulate and click on simulate. Now you can observe unique once nothing but it's a one-to-one mapping. So unused data point. User 1 have the unused data point J2W. User 2 is the J2W. User 3 is the J2W1. User 4 is the J2W3.
Three.
So you can observe we are given as a once property. So means each iteration you can give, this second time iteration values will be changed. But now you are given as a which property? Once property. So first iteration, what are the values is picked? Same values picked from the all the iterations. If it is a nth iteration, nothing but so 100,000 or 10,000 iteration also. What are the values picking from the iteration 1? It is continue for the all the iterations. Everyone is clear?
Sir, can you explain in normal terminology what is iteration and occurrence ones?
Yeah. So iteration nothing but see one entire business flow, we can call it as a one iteration. For example, our pet store is there. So here what we are doing, we are pet booking and after that log out. That is the entire one business scenario. So after that one scenario is executed, second time you are executing, that is the second iteration. So first iteration time some values is picking from the based on for the your requirement. You are giving for the like a sequential or random unique. Based on that, this will be first time it's picked. Second time is the picking from the different value. That is the iteration. Okay, each iteration nothing but second time values will be updated. And occurrence nothing but in the within the script only you have the username, password will be multiple times will be there. So there will be first time is the username is some J2W pick, right? Second time will be there in the occurrence will be updated. Here is a J2W means here is some different values updated value because the occurrence nothing but it updated for the every occurrence. And once nothing but it is a what is the value speaking from the first iteration, it will continue for the all the iteration. So now we'll see the one by one real time also. So now we'll start with the sequential each iteration. And here also we can give for the sequential each iteration. Okay, now it's fine. Then we'll execute for the, okay, 2 times will be there. That is fine now. So just we can execute this. So 2 times I'm executing. Which value speak we can observe here. See, okay. Now we can observe, okay. Which transaction? Okay, I think,
In output,
no. I given for this, right? That is why it is failing because I have not done anything,
Test
right?
verification. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, now again I will execute for the 2 times. See, now we can observe transactions, all transactions will be 2 times is passed. Only for this sign out only we are getting error because that is the application error. Okay, that is fine. Now we need to come to the output window. So first iteration, starting iteration 1, and it is launch is started, and after that launch is ended with pass status and login started and login pass. Now we can observe J2W and J2W is picked. So as per our scenario, sequential each iteration. Username, first username, for example, J2W is picked. And second user means next time, second iteration also, which value is picked, we can observe. Then you can understand. See, J2W is picked. And second iteration time, go to the second iteration. See, entire business flow is completed. That is the one iteration. See, now you can observe ending iteration 1 and starting iteration 2. Here you can observe J2, but password is picking from the J2W only. Because what is the sequential? First user what value pick and the same value pick from that one. Okay. So now you can go here. I will explain. See, we are given 2 J2W, J2W2. 2 users you are given. But what will happen? Password, first user is picking from the J2W and second user also is picking from the J2W only. Because you are given as a, but we are, okay, we can change it and we'll see now. Okay, because
Yeah,
same
yes.
value will be there, right? That is confusing. Okay, we'll give for the 5. Now we'll see the first iteration, J2W, and second iteration we'll observe. See, J2W, J25 is picked.
Correct
Okay.
only. No?
Yeah, correct.
Sequential.
Sequential, it is picking from the as a sequential. So now we'll change for the random and we'll observe. Each property will say, okay, random, each iteration only will say. 2 iterations randomly. Otherwise, we'll give for the 2, 3, 4. I think we'll give for the number of iterations more. Then we are able to know for the how the values randomly changing or not. You can observe. Go to the runtime settings, and there you can give for the 4 iteration. Okay, fine, 4. So one time is completed, second time. See now 5 times completed. Now we'll observe randomly value. So last time sequential it's picked, right? Now we can observe see J2W, J2W3. It is coming sequential? No, right? Randomly.
Random.
So randomly speaking. Now we can go to the next. Second iteration we'll see. See here observe
So what is
J2W2,
the
J2W3. So sorry. Yes, please. Hello.
what is the advantage for this both different
So
options is there? No?
see, yeah. So depends on the your requirement. For example, your requirement could be what is the exactly your requirement, nothing but. So you have the Facebook application will be there. You have the 100 username, 100 password will be there. Okay. Then that is the secure application, right? Will always go with the unique property only. Because if already I use it for the your username password. Again, your username only I can use for the some other password will work. No, right?
No, sir.
No, right? So means unique property nothing but unused data. For example, like previous, I think everyone will be know we are using for the recharge card. If you one time you can use that recharge card, next time you can use.
No,
No, right? This property belongs to for the which property? This scenario.
Unique.
It is coming
Unique.
from the unique, right? Because unique nothing but it is a you unused data point, right?
Unused data.
So means you need to use for the what is the unused data point will be there. That is only you need to use for the unused data point. So that is fine. Randomly is there. So if you give for the any username, any password, your application will be able to log in. That is not a secure application. It is an unsecure application. Assume. So if you give anything, it is possible to log in. Is doing. So in that situation, you can use random, right? Any values you can give also no problem. In that situation, we can use for the random. For example, now we can go to the sequential. Sequential stand for every user has to pick the first data point. So means you have the 20 usernames, but 5 passwords only there. So you can test with the 20 user test. So then using for the sequential, what will happen is the unsecured application sequential also. If it's secure application, it will not work because first user picking for the some username, second user also pick the same user password, and third user also pick the same password. So this is also we can't use for the secure application. So maximum as a real time we can use for the unique property only because you are doing for the any application is secure only, right? You are doing for the banking or healthcare or insurance, e-commerce, any application is the what is that kind of application? Secure application. Secure means you can't use for the random property. You can't use for the sequential property. Right? So that is why so real-time maximum we can use for the unique property. And here when you select for the unique only, here it is we are able to see for the this drop down. So we have the about user and continue with cyclic manner and same to the continue with last value. So about the user, if you selected about the user, for example, you have the 10 username, 10 password will be there. So after the test, you want to abort. Up to that only you want to execute. Then you can give for the abort. But I want for the same username, I want for the cyclically execute. First 10 users completed. Again, go to the first user. Again, go to the first user. Again, first username, first password. Again, second user, second password. I want to continue with the cyclic manner. Then I can use for the this property, continue with the cyclic manner. Otherwise, I want to stop from the last value. What is the last value will be there? I want to stop there. You can use for the continue with last value. So you can select remaining. You are unable to see this property. Every time it is a continue with last value only you can see. If you select random also, you are able to see continue with last value. But when you select from the unique property only, it is we are able to see for the this one. Means here you have the options, but you sequential random, we have the only one option. Automatically it's coming from the continue with the last value only. But when you are selected for the unique, we are able to see the these three options like about user, continue cyclic manner, and continue last value. So based on for that, you can select for the which property it is suitable, you can select. So now coming to the like see, you can observe this is the second time. Third time you can observe. So J23 and J2T means so randomly value is picking. So that is the random property. So you guess what is your duty, right? So same thing. Yesterday you already done parameterization, right? So you need to understand the first go to the parameters. There you can select for the sequential each iteration, then go to the simulate and how the value is picking you can observe sequential. And how the same value is picking, if you give for the execution also you can give for the 2 times 5 times, right? You can observe for the output window. Okay, see you can write for the one notepad or otherwise you can write for the any paper. Okay, sequential time how the value is picking, username password. Okay, so first to try with the only username password. Then random time it is a randomly value is picking or not. Sequential times is really is picking sequentially or not. Unique time, this is a really unique value is picking or not. So you need check for the this all is the randomly. Okay, so you need to do for the scripting and you need to try to do for the scripting like this. So you guys can practice once, then you are able to easy to understand and you can go to the our material. Today's class is completed. First don't practice. First to go to the material, open that. Okay, today class will be parameter properties. What is the sequential? What is the random? What is the unique? What is the each iteration? What is the occurrence? What is the once? And with examples also will be there. So how the value is picking also you can see there. Okay.
Okay.
So I think this are the properties. So we have the like date and time parameterization also will be there. Okay. Tomorrow class will discuss date and time parameterization. And you guys what you need to do means I will give for the one more scenario for the like test data preparation also. Like can open for the web tour and click. This is the steps, business steps, like use cases document, right? So I'm giving for the first step, launch URL, and after that, click on sign up now and enter for the details. So you can give for the username password. What is the like your name also you can give. Aparna, okay. Otherwise, Srikant, whatever maybe your names you can give, you can register. See, for example, I will show you. Okay. Uday, I given and some KK, I give a password I'm giving for the okay Uday, some 1 2 3 and confirm password also asking. So Uday 1 2 3 and first name again asking from the so Uday and some KK and straight to asking. So I'm giving for the yes. Aminpur and I given for the Hyderabad. Okay. So means I given for these details. So these all things we need to do for the script. You need to record the script. So click on continue. See, thank you, Uday. You are registered for the welcome to the web tour family. Means Uday is now created as a username. After that, if you enter the details, click on continue and again click for the continue. So you are able to log in with the Uday. So after that, sign up. This is the business flow. This business flow, you need to record the using our web tour script using our virtual user generator. Okay, so up to that you can record only. After that, what we need to do, I will explain from the tomorrow class, like how to we can prepare the test data, because this is the only for test data point of view. Because you are executing here, observe 5 users you are executing. Really, those users is a valid user, or we don't know, right? So that is why your data you can prepare, and what is data you are prepare, right? That data you can keep from the in the parameters. Like for example, Srikanth is created, Srikanth 1, Srikanth 2, Srikanth 3, Srikanth 4. So password also, and given for the Srikanth and something, some name, different names also given, usernames. So you can create for that usernames, and that data we can use from the in this real script. We can discuss tomorrow, okay? No worry. So today just you can properties you can practice and understand how the value is picking. So what is the sequential, what is the random, everything you can observe, okay? Anyone any doubts regarding this today class?
No, sir.
Yeah, thank you for joining, and we'll meet for tomorrow and we'll continue. But your assignment tomorrow will be intersection up to parameter types, properties, what is the parameter, and everything I will ask. Okay. Thank you for joining. We'll meet tomorrow. Bye.